So do you think that farm is going to come back to bite them at all? As Tundra getting gone on a bit. Static Link applied to 33. Coil is there as well. Easy burst onto 33. Snaking. Oh, a nice shackle from Seb comes out again. Second kill for OG. They eat up that EMP. We can see the Pig Pole Blade Fury combo. Something to truly fear. A spinning pig will be enough for him to get away, but 2 kills for OG. And they're pressuring that bottom tower as well.
Unfortunately for Tundra, they kind of countered each other's plays. 9 got a really good tornado, but the chain frosted at the same time, and it didn't bounce to a new target afterwards. So perhaps there was the turn-on potential there from Tundra. And Snaking has to throw out the chain frost there. He was about to die, so it's kind of all in. All right, immediate response. Tundra not going to take any breaks straight into mid. There's no coil. And there's no Razor ult.
And they popped a drum charge. Ready? And the tier 1 tower is what they have their sights on. Used for Soxa, still going to be a kill going the way of O. But maybe could have been better.
Man, that was at least they do find the Doom, so console.
Illusory orb, will he tick away? Healing work continuing to Uragi, he seems to be everywhere. Position 5, I feel like it's so rare.
Not many.
He's just showing it up on the major, and nobody else is trying to copycat him. It's too late to learn him, apparently, right?
I mean, Step was having a good time there mid, getting a couple of creeps, but then Amar was like, that's gold. So I'm just driving by, bro. I'll take a couple and leave.
Yeah, easy.
Like Step said in the interview, this having the mana burn now is not that good. He wants to either have the so that they can actually kill the guy he catches with Doom. Invoker Orchid now, so 9 is able to fight more reliable initiation until BKBs come out. Right? Seb learned from Moon Meander. On his hand, very good.
EU match.
Not sure what he counts. I don't know how you...
That looked like horns to me. It was the map. They are scanning it, but it's likely to be as a Crimson Guard picked up by The tier 2 tower now. It's going to be damage at the very least. Frost Shield applied.
Because Windrun, you know, like, what target do you actually have as this visit? Ags carrier, it's kind of tough. They're splitting up the map. They're trying to find farm and play fish. And I think this battlefield would have paid off really well for him. So it's just how it is sometimes, right? Like oh, hang on.
Yeah. It gets off the Blade Fury, but the static link is there. And the chase easily by OG. 3. Favored again.
Yeah, his TP.
Getting something out of this, but they lose Sox to another. Tackle by Seb. Meteor Coming out, Skeeter with the TP, but the right-click damage is way too much to handle as OG looking to take game one in extremely convincing fashion. They'll find the Invoker as well. Double kill for Amar. And OG looking to finish off that mid-rack, but GG is called, and OG completely shellacked Tundra in game number one.
Looked even in the beginning, but then OG hit their 15-minute mid-game timing. They get the Gale Force out. I think Uragi played an outstanding game on Monkey King this game. 15-1-8.
Wow. Yeah.
Found countless opportunities. And even with BZM being maybe a little bit quieter than he is in certain games on the puck with a bit of a slow start, he finds the coils that they need later to get the job done. And yeah, the itemization again. They recovered from... I mean, I wouldn't really say OG were down by any means, but considering this is one of Tundra's best strategies and they came off to a pretty good start, that's got to be a little camp that they got run over in 27 minutes with that. What are you gonna
versus Amar's 17.5k. I mean, once the game seemed like they could get on this Visage anytime they liked us for.
So you can kind of see, like, if you look at the scoreboard, the monk kicking, he had like 15 kills or something, and
Turn this around.
I mean, they still have like a lot. Strats that they ran around so far in this tournament. They need to reset. Seems like the nerves are coming into them a
the draft, all right, you can always win draft, you can always lose draft. Honestly, after watching the game, how deep we are in the tournament, it's about what is the mental state Tundra comes out with, how confident They play with confidence because that first game, it felt like there's and you're going up against two-time TI champions.
If you will, Nemesis, if you will be looking up sounds on the Dota 2 wiki for a sword. Heroes. It is your job to guess which hero for. Now we're not talking about voice lines. I guess if he wants to be stupid.
Skyra.
Skywrath Mage. Wow.
3 out of
What a hero. Well done. All right, your turn.
dude.
Your hero. Hey, get out of here, dude.
I actually can't. I thought it was sniper.
Sorry.
What is?
It's Beastmaster getting a bounty rune.
It's Beast. Master. All right.
Sorry. All right, this one Owie believes you'll get. It seems impossible.
Can they do it? Can they do it? I don't know. believe so. I think they can. I know what they're going to do.
Games won. At one point, you have to stop it. You have to say it's enough.
Everybody seems to refuse to ban it. I guess they think it won't work this time, and it just keeps doing it.
So we see Pagna here, and I think you want to address this here right away. And we saw Gaming Gladiators. They've been running Enchantress, and I think he counters Pagna in the game and in the lane. So I want to see them address this Pagna.
Not a hero OG's been playing though, right? I mean, you were talking about it. I don't think Seb's going to play these Chen Etches. He's going to play the stunners. Just get in there, create some space for his cores. And already OG getting that puck matchup they love versus Pangolier. They're also a big Pango team, so they're going to understand what they like versus hero, what opponents have been trying to play versus them all tournament with it. It's a pretty strong opening from OG just in terms of the team fight. Chaos Knight has felt unstoppable this tournament. You were saying that was the one hero you were thinking is going to get banned this series. Now it's a question of, all right, you don't want to play versus that Razor. I can understand that because it's just so annoying for your safe lane. But now you have to pick carries into this Chaos Knight, which is, I feel like, where people have struggled.
So unless I'm reading the stats wrong, I think Tundra has picked Pango 7 times. And they've won 85% of the time.
Okay, so they dropped one game. I have not updated my stats.
I could be wrong, Lacoste. You may well be correct. You're much smarter
Well,
than me.
we'll say Lacoste is wrong for now. And leave
Let's
it at
just
that.
keep it that way. Pango is one of the heroes that is very good against the CK because he can just kill the illusions. CK, like once he gets to like level 20, he still doesn't deal well with his magic immunity, so that's one of the problems with the hero. And also the disarm pre-BKB does shut down hero quite a lot, but they do have this puck, which is always going to be good, not just against the Pango, but also against Pagna in the backlines, because he can go for the solo kills. If you want to decrypify yourself, Puck does have a Witchblade amplifying the damage, so it's very tricky to play into it.
Okay, so they banned Vipers just now, and I believe Tundra, they want to pick Dragonite, and they want the instant stun. I think they're aiming for a DK Grim second phase.
Oh, yeah?
And I believe Skeeter might play the DK if they end up doing it. They need to enable Pagna 5. He's actually one of the heroes where you need to pick a strong safe lane, like Wraith King, Chaos Knight, DK, something like that. And I believe they're banning for DK a little bit. We'll see.
Could be. They could also just feel like it was one of those heroes that it's like got you in that lane last time. They don't want their off lane going up against another support Viper potentially. It's like what is hero, especially if all these summons are getting banned out from OG, which traditionally is what works against a hero. Could just feel like the pressure's on. I will say though, I think OG is one of these teams that understands itemization for what they want to do very well, and we've seen they're just building the support, the tanky items on these heroes in terms of the Crimson, the Wraith Pact. I think they're going to build it on any hero they get. And honestly, whatever that hero is, it might not even matter, right? It's just the fact that they're buffing up their tri-core. You have 3 cores dealing damage supported by all these big buffs. That's what you have to deal with in these fights. Dispels could be nice. The ability to combat that, I think the Pugna already helps a little bit. Tundra can get their own ball going, then at least you're even.
Go for the Doom again. You guys weren't sure about this one.
I mean, do you just go for the Grimstroke just to be able to take away the double Doom? I'm a big fan of Snapfire here, just because Pagna doesn't get to play the game against the Snapfire. You also can insta-kill his ward, and if he gets any kind of items, he's going to go for the Raid Pack most of the time, and then you have a little Shredder to deal with that as well.
So basically they're going to go for objective damage on Tundra. They're doing this Doom, and they're going to couple it with maybe a Visage again. And I think it's a good way for them to play this game. Instead of catching the Puck, they're going to put down the Nether Ward, and then they're going to hit towers. And Puck has to blast himself in the Nether Ward. And it might be better than the other route, which is catch.
I mean, OG could pick Grimstroke here, couldn't we? We've seen that paired with CK a ton throughout this tournament.
They could definitely steal it. They do have the Soulbind for the Pango. I wouldn't be surprised to see them take Phoenix, though. I feel like OG is going to be very comfortable in this game if they can just build up teamfight, build up the wall, force Tundra in a position like last game where they have to run at these tier 1s and they're just happy to take the defensive fight, scale up with their extra offlane or core. I'd be worried if Tundra falls too far behind on like the scaling teamfight at this point in the draft.
That's IO is a very strong pick into Doom. He basically soft counters Doom. Doom is very high cooldown, and Whisper resets high cooldown spells with the relocation Kate, and the overcharge heals Doom. So you can man-fight Doom in the game.
I mean, you also get this IO-CK pair. That's
The break mechanic, and I'm not sure what happened. Maybe we don't have the information from the scrims, but the hero still feels very strong.
Is this particularly good against IO because you're always going to you're going to get the pushback against 2 because the IO is going to be tethered to someone, that sort of thing? No.
Not necessarily.
I mean, I wouldn't rate it extremely
Just throwing it
high.
out there, you know.
I don't think of Hoodwink as an IO counter in really any regard. I mean, you have some crazy burst, that's always nice, but you can kind of do that versus any lineup.
Right.
I think here they just, again, they want their duel lanes to be more aggressive. That's what it signals to me. Like, they don't want to have this situation where their offlane loses. I think you pick this hero, at least Tundra's idea is, they're picking Hoodwink when they want Zoxid to win that lane with this hero, snowball the game, build up the early aggressive damage, get the core Doom snowballing, and be able to kick OG out of that lane instead of getting kicked out of that lane like we saw in Game 1. That's what it signals to me, which I think is a decent route to go here. We've also seen Zoxid just pop off on this hero. I think it was one of his favorite heroes during that DPC league, so busting out something that OG might not have expected a little bit.
Right.
People haven't played versus it in a while. You kind of forget some of the small interactions. Gives you a little bit of an advantage.
So we see the bans from OG. They're doing a Naga ban. You might ask why they're doing a Naga ban with their lineup. They're basically banning vision heroes for Doom. And Naga is one of the vision heroes. He sends out illusions on lanes and gives Doom a good fight. And next ban might even be Terrorblade.
It's also a very good reset against the Coil and the Wukong's command. Like, and they can also set things up for a relocate if they're coming back. So a lot of value from this Naga Siren. But looking at the ways that they can deal with the illusions, once Naga gets like 2 items, it would be very difficult for OG to deal with that. So their lanes would always be pushed in.
So this Puck, I want to go back to Puck into Pango. They directly picked it in Pango, and it's a good way to stop roll. You have silence to stop the roll animation, and then you have coil. And if they stop roll animation, it means that CK has a free fight. So how they're going to win fights here on OG is stopping the Pango.
There really isn't much else for CK at the moment. I would just put it carry here. I think you're super happy. I also don't think we've seen Amar play offlane Chaos Knight pretty much at all, right? So Tundra's got to be thinking it's an Amar hero coming last year, which they leave Mars. We've also seen him play Centaur, which gives you some extra Doom interaction. I mean, the catch on Tundra could be pretty limited for some of these mobility spells in this game. They're afraid of Night Stalker just running at the backline, which I can understand. They also have that Night Stalker IO combo, which we've seen be devastating at this tournament.
5 seconds remaining.
So if they end up picking a Wisp partner on the offlane, that means Monkey has to go 5, and I don't think they're happy about that, OG. They would rather have Monkey being on the offlane and Wisp CK safe lane. We'll see though.
I think it's just Seb Monkey.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be Seb Monkey, but they can switch lanes.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think that's, it depends on what they see they can do either, for sure.
Yeah.
I just don't see Amar playing any of these heroes right now. And like I said, they left the Mars, so got to think they're thinking about it here just to get the catch, get the lockdown. There's more lockdown though.
Okay. Wow.
They
That's
still
big counter to Pango there. We just kind of missed it.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough for Pango to come into this game playing into Coil, playing into Bloodseeker as well. It's just going to be very, very difficult. Like, it's definitely hard to even like itemize because all of your items are very expensive. If you want to protect yourself with the BKB, with the Lincoln Sphere, this should be like your second item in this game, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get that, considering like OG, like they're fighting after 10-15 minutes, they come into the fight, and this is when they start building up the advantage.
It's also if this Pango gets shut down, who's dealing with Chaos Knight in this game?
They have very limited damage output on side of Tundra.
It has to be this last pick. They have to get one more thing against CK. It can't be Pango only.
I think it's been hard for teams to get it from the carry role this tournament, though.
Yeah, I'd say Sven is not good in this game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're not getting that many heroes.
I mean, they banned the Dusa earlier as well, which I think has been Tundra's kind of go-to. They took the Monkey King, which has been the other big one this tournament.
One of the classic is Raid King, because you don't care too much about the Rupture. I mean, Rupture's not going to be used on you anyway. They're mostly going to be aiming for the Pango, and if this is going to be position 5 Monkey, then things shift around. If it's carry to carry, then you don't like to be playing into it, because the Wukong's command, you're going to die anyway after you respawn, but I feel like that's a decent approach, because they need some explosive damage, like they need 1-2 item timing on their carry to be able to get some tower damage and also be able to match up what OG is doing.
Yeah, I do think you're right about the Wraith King. It's going to be their comfort pick here, and it's going to enable the Pagna. And this Pagna could potentially carry them this game through his spells if Wraith King gives them the space to come into the game.
Yeah, at least with Wraith King, you can go some Armlet Deso and try and up the game, get early Aegises. I think Aegis is also a big deal for Tundra this game. There's another hero that prioritizes it. I'm not sure if that team fight's going to be amazing with him going into Rupture and Coil, and there's a lot of gunk for him to just charge through.
Gunk indeed, that's going to be rough.
It's objective damage. That's what you're going for. Pagna Netherward, put down, Troll, kill tower, kill Roshan.
Just set up for the taking the buildings, almost like a sort of siege.
And OG is gonna split push this game, I think. It's gonna be an interesting game.
Who would you prefer? Whose draft would you prefer, Tundra or OG?
If I were to play this game, I would want to be OG.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
SVG.
I think OG is probably going to feel more comfortable, but I can see Tundra taking this game if their lanes go really well. I think this is even more than last game. They have to win side lanes. I think if Tundra loses side lanes, this is a 75% OG favorite game.
Wow, Lacoste.
And I tend to agree. I think Troll is very slow coming into the game, and this Pango's playing into 2 counters, so it's going to be very difficult for him to just make stuff around the map. Also, Pagna 5, they need to be grouping around, and I've just lost the faith in Troll a long time ago.
Yeah, no, we've heard.
Back to the Troll hate. I knew it was coming.
I have faith in his Pango. His Pango has been insane.
Even against the Bloodseeker, you have faith?
Yeah, he is very good Pango. He's probably the best, one of the best here.
Okay. Well, we're going to give it to our casters. Sunsfan and Cinder and Lads, take it away.
Thank you, Purian. Sunsfan and Cinder here with the lower bracket finals between OG and Tundra. OG up 1-0. If they win, Cinder, this, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, will be their 5th major appearance as a organization, yet to lose as well. They literally have not lost a grand finals in that stage. Obviously a much different lineup, but and this is only game 2, so who knows what can happen. But if the panel's any indication, this is a scary-ass lineup from OG. That Bloodseeker looks like a god tier pick to me.
Yeah, there's multiple game that looks strong for OG, and like the panel was talking about, winning lanes is kind of paramount if you're Tundra in this. They opt to go for the Saksa Hoodwink this time around, which he has played earlier in this tournament, but obviously it's been a lot of Doom that he has been playing in the playoffs. But this time they're going to pivot that to a position 3 against, I would argue, some relatively difficult core matchups for Doom. He's playing against Chaos Knight, he's playing against Monkey King, the Monkey King being support though. And even getting ruptured as Doom is actually... And now they have a hero where if you see the Monkey King jumping around, have a chance of catching him with a bushwhack, you have the chance of finding him with scurry, but obviously it goes both ways, right?
Yeah.
The Monkey King can also see you in the tree line. Oh, first blood could be coming.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Yuragi dodging bushwhack. He's going to get hit by residual damage, though, from the shield crash. And you got the slow from Troll as well. Yuragi on the run. Looks like he's going to live, and Taiga with the tether. OG avoid getting first blooded as Tundra
Gonna wait for boots. And ferry out as many branches as he possibly can for his lane.
So, Center, we've talked about the Pango versus Bloodseeker matchup a lot. And, I mean, that was the beauty of that first game, but obviously 33 playing the position 3. This time, so expect him to get a lot more farm. Than Soxa did. Okay, he's gonna get rifted back, but no kill to come as OG trying to get control of this lane right now. And you can see that mid-map
sets up so that there's pressure on a hero like Bloodseeker. to get stuff done. And also, you also have a Doom off lane, so. The carry doesn't have to do all 5 mana regen AoE.
You can see EZM ready to go for his first gank attempt, but it's going to be thwarted for now, so no coil as of yet.
Try there from Soxa, but didn't quite get the connection. At some point.
Oh, top lane. Skeeter has to run up to the area just to avoid that blood right, but 3 members of OG not able to find him.
Oh, he's fine.
Nice job. Skeeter avoiding that gank.
That showing top Uragi could be in some trouble. Bottom, looking for the dive. 9 is here as well. Oh, did he get spotted there? I don't think so.
Ooh, just but they run into each other. Yeah, there we go. The swap. Comes 9, shield crash. No mana for his... Partially connect as 9 is forced to TP out. The counter to the Bloodseeker.
You're going to see the replay here. So look at this. In a lot of trouble. Okay, this is the second half of it, but basically 9. Theoretically possible to throw Bushwhack and then Acorn Shot afterwards. But I don't know. I think you need...
Up from Snaking, keeping 33 quite healthy. Seb might... But we've seen him get away many a time. He actually died. Pretty comfortable with the state of the game, or like the factor that they have currently without that Blink Dagger. Tundra are smoked up. They're gonna run in. But 9 misses. He actually gets spammed both before his ult. off.
Oh, they're doing the
but the
wrong
bushwhack, again, he gets stunned.
It hits the real one, but not the Ilu. Which is they take everything they can possibly get in this short time span. And it's just, they're getting insane value out of this Monkey King. Like Seb getting the vision, getting the double stun to set it up. And also this safety that they feel like Pango isn't there. I think that's the most.
So I would assume BKB is, and the question is, the first Roche of game. If Tundra can somehow take it, Troll is quite good at it. As we're going to see the coil only onto Saksa. Follow balance strike, setting it up. Nice heals coming out from most of Tundra have actually arrived in this area as well. They're not going to find anybody, at least not outright, just the illusions of the CK.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Clean those up. So that's another key spell on cooldown for OG.
And with that, they'll have all the information they need. exit the Roche pit. Roche is at half HP. Now we'll see what the plan here is from OG.
That half.
Do it faster, but OG have way better Roche fight. In the pit with the coil, monkey. King, Bloodrite from Bloodseeker. And the tier 2. 2K lead for OG. I mean, can you put this in perspective for people? Including myself, against a core Doom, what would this lead, you think, actually? If there was no Doom.
It's kind of a hard.
Sidestep it, focusing on Yuragi. Remember, he does not have Aegis anymore. Only axes are there. Double kill for Skeeter. Amar trying to kite him along with BZM, but they will find Amar instead. BZM, the last remaining member in this area for OG.
CS per minute on this puck.
And the question is, What will cancel? Lincoln Sphere. Do you need to try to get... He is buying Yules, it looks like, so that...
Yeah.
For 33, as you can see the replay here. They did, and this was really good separating it from Tiger.
Really wrong is Tundra's heroes are pretty close by and they can't really... their other heroes since the eye was already part of the move. But now they are
Trying to bait it in. 33, he's going to get instant.
Like they're down there as 2 or 3 heroes. It's not... It's going to be good, and the moment Tundra's heroes do arrive, the Doom coming down there, in position, and Bloodseeker starts out with the Rupture on Doom.
Double boundless strike from Seb will lead to a kill on started out, but Skeeter already popping the ult just to take out that. Monkey King, so Seb will fall, and the buyback from Snake King as well. Tundra needs.
Obviously also part of a kill burst. Now he can solo. In his silence, which he was missing a little bit from before. Same with the Hoodwink. If BZM finds either of them, they just die on the spot.
The Nullifier is in the sights for Seb. Focusing on taking him out to start here. This is the Roche with the shard as Tundra. I think they there by Seb. And Seb back into the pit.
Didn't even need the bash. He had already taken so much damage from running around. And you can understand from Tundra's perspective why he doesn't want to way. There's like, okay, am I just going to BKB TP out every time?
Come chase him outside the Wukong's command, and this is gonna be a dieback if they end up getting this kill. He's gonna get the BKB up, but shortly after, dieback for Skeeter.
That looked Just seemingly relatively unimpactful in this game. The Doom and Pangolier, two of Tundra's best, both just getting shut down for the majority of the game. 9 ending the game without a kill. 0, 5, and 8 on Pango.
It was a Pango. We talked about the counters. Bloodseeker and Puck are super hard to play into, but
OG just have a really good approach to this patch right now, it seems, and it's a matter of can TSM find a way against the team that's seemingly just unable to lose right now. I don't know how many games they've won in a row at this point, OG, in the low bracket, but
it has been impressive to say the least. This run from OG, obviously with Misha not able to be here, Seb, I mean, who better to take part as a substitute for your team than a 2-time TI winner? And of course, he's won 4 majors as a coach, but not as a player. But he'll have the first chance here against TSM in the grand finals later today. Let's take a quick...
Until it's the other way around.
That's right. They're going to swap. To speak. Let's go to a quick break and see what the panel has. Say about this amazing run from OG into the grand finals. They go.
Thank you everyone for attending.